Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today, the topic for today is to shine, bright, and is related to the information that we were working with in the Great Pyramid today, which is the third gift. One of the tasks that we did in the pyramid today was to work with the four elements within ourselves to activate the potential of them, so we could handle them within. So one of the things that we shared was that the universe created itself with the goal from light to darkness to manifest different realities in order to enjoy itself, in order to have fun in a creation. One of the things that in some other moment we have been told is that the universe is like a kid that is playing with the creation, trying to find itself through enjoying. So it's a very important attribute of Sagittarius to have in count. So acknowledging that the universe is playing with the creation, is trying to find different ways of itself through experiencing, through playing. One of the things that this tells us is that the universe is not looking something in the outside to fulfill itself. It's basically expanding itself in order to find a different way of its own self. It's important to understand that if the universe is trying to expand, to find itself, to meet itself in different ways, so what is really happening is that the idea that we create of the purpose, like going into a purpose, to find a purpose ahead, is something very human. It's something from our point of view, from our perception. But what really is happening is that the universe is trying to find itself, to figure out itself. So the only goal of the universe is to find a different aspect of itself. So this is why the third gift of the third kingdom, which is the spiritual realm, which for them the spiritual realm is the most funny one, is the most enjoyable, they would say. This concept would tells us that for the spiritual world it's important to play. So there's no goal outside, but the only goal is within, to enjoy what you have done, what you have created. That's the only goal. So precisely, speaking about English, the goal of the universe is basically to become gold. That's the gift that they said. So the gift, the gift of the universe is the transformation into gold. So becoming your own goal. That's what the message was. So why the goal and the symbol of the gold? Because what we were working with is with the four elements, and we in nature, we are made with darkness. Darkness would mean all the structures that creates from the light this reality. So the four elements are the basis of this reality in the darkness. So in the path of the alchemist, they would say that in order to transcend into another level, you have to take all this nature, all these elements, and to make them into gold. This concept would say that for the alchemist, to make the plum into gold. When we are talking about alchemy, we usually talk about the physical aspect of the alchemy, to make something that is heavy into something brighter. But for the real path of the alchemist, in order to transform the matter, you have to transform yourself first, the inside. So that's why all the darkness that you have inside, you have to make it gold, which is to bright within, to bright inside, before you are able to make the reality shine. So according to this concept, the only way you can shine and transform yourself in gold is if you are feeling happy within and you are feeling in balance and harmony with your own self. So what the universe is trying to show us with this is that when we feel happy within, usually it's because the things from the outside provokes us happiness. But this feeling is something that we feel within. It's not something in the objects outside. So this means that without the objects, we can also activate the same vibration. So because of this, you don't need the things from the outside in order to feel happy within. This is why the universe says there's no purpose outside that we have to look for. The only thing that exists is the purpose within, which is the only goal, to find yourself within and to find the balance within, with your own self. Okay? So now we go to how can we shine. So to shine from within is not to take all the shadows out and so you can shine. It is to take the alchemy, to make all the weight that you have within, all the shadows, all the darkness that you have within, and take it as the plum to make it into gold, which is all the dark sides that we have within should be used in order to enlighten your own self. And that's how you start to shine. So one of the main things that we have to do to start to make this shine is to look within ourselves and find our own shadows, the shadows that we think they are bad for us. And when we look into the shadows, we have to start to think why we hide them, why we feel them, if they are useful for some situations now, if they are really my shadows or they are tools that I don't know how to use. I have to go and look back into my shadows to understand what they are for. So it's important to understand that the heaviness and the darkness is not something against, it's something that was put all together for the experimentation. So within the experimentation is the same tool to transcendence. What the universe says is that by finding this dark side and this heaviness that we have within, we can take all that and to use it for our own transcendence, transforming the density into light as a tool for us, as an attribute for our evolution, for us and for others. The conflict that we have here when we say take your darkness and make it shine bright like the sun, is that the core of how I am going to make this light to shine is something that we have taught to not to use, and that is something bad, which is the ego. The ego is like kind of the philosopher's stone, because it's the core where all the rest are built, because this is attracting all the other systems towards it by gravity. The utility of this of the ego is that helps you to shine by yourself, not to be reflected into the others. So you are kind of relating all the information to yourself, relating all the information to what you are, okay? So you don't waste energy in others, you are just brightening by your own self. Like the sun. So I wrote today in the blog that one of the things that we have to understand is that that even if we have to shine like the sun with the ego by ourselves, we should never forget also to shine like the moon does. The moon can't shine by itself. The moon shines because of the light of the sun. So the lights that we see on the moon is just the reflection of the light of the sun. So this means that the moon needs the light of others in order to shine. So the reason why it's important to shine also like the moon is because if we only shine like the sun, it's like if we are forgetting about the others. So I know what is my bride, okay? I know what is my bride, but I cannot see the bride of others. I start to believe that my bride is the only one that exists, that I am the only one shining here. So what the light of the moon tells us is that in order to shine and to see other perspectives of myself, I have to learn to be to receive the brightest of other ones. So I have to learn from the lights of the others. I have to be open to receive the reflection of the light of others to nourish my own brightness. So this is why it's so important to learn to receive the wisdom, the knowledge, the brightness of the other ones. Because in order to create a network, each one of us must shine by ourselves. But to create the network, we need to contact and relate with the shining of the others. Otherwise, there is no network. Bien, entonces, este es el tercer regalo, que es recordar que hay que convertirse en oro, que oro en inglés es gold, que es parecido a objetivo, meta, que es goal. Entonces, el juego de palabras nos recuerda que el máximo objetivo que tenemos nosotros es aprender a brillar en este gran juego. So, according to the gift, the third gift that they gave us today is that we have to remember that in order to come back to ourselves, we have to follow our goal, which is to become gold. And the only way you do it is by shining within. So the goal of the universe is to shine. And the way of doing it is by enjoying the game, playing with the reality. So once I said this, remember that tomorrow we will be at the same time at 5 a.m. Egypt time with the Sphinx, which is the guardian of the knowledge. So if you want to feel that, we will be connected to begin with the day of the eclipse. And today people were reminding me that when Sekhmet appeared, she reminded us that at the day of the eclipse, her two eyes, the lioness Sekhmet, her two eyes will be aligned, and we would be able to restore our lost power. So let's see what happens, because we go to the lioness tomorrow. So let's go to the information for today. The vibration for today is Va. The statement is, I am the cosmic legacy. The code for today is the truncated dodecahedron. By cutting off the vertices of this figure, new faces are obtained. As in the icosahedron 32 faces, as in the icosahedron, 32 faces. This time 12 decagonals and 12 triangular, with 90 edges and 60 vertices. This way, the figure generates 12 stars of 5 points. The alignment of every process, which turns it into the pattern of blooming, of enlightenment, the base of the crown chakra. Take a deep breath, relaxing the body. Softly, I caress the tip of my fingers. I become conscious of being below a tree, surrounded by animals in the savannah. I take a deep breath, recognizing this air, finding myself in the beautiful, fertile valley. I see aside the river, this beautiful river, a small village, and I go to the fields, where I find the farmer. He takes some fruits and a stone from the ground and give it to me in both hands. I take a boat on the river, heading towards the north, until I find a path, and I take that path, going up to the mountain, in between the clouds. On the top of the mountain, I see the night sky, with the moon and Orion. And I see in the sky a big star that is coming to me, bigger and bigger, until it becomes a spaceship. From this spaceship, big people come out, 3 times bigger than me, and they give me a crystal in my hands, and I give my rock to them. and I hear them say, human. I take a deep breath, receiving this gift. I go down the mountain as I find another human in the shore of the river, and I give him this crystal. Take a deep breath. I become this new human, and I cross the river in a beautiful ship, arriving to a beautiful port full with colors, and behind I can see the pyramids. I walk through a wide path, looking into a beautiful and great city full of people from all the colors, surrounding this great red lion, the Sphinx. I get closer to the Sphinx, and I give this crystal to a priestess in front of it. Take a deep breath. And I become the priestess. And I give this crystal to the Sphinx through my singing, delivering it for the memory of all humanity. I recognize I am the cosmic legacy. I am the cosmic legacy. I am the cosmic legacy. I look into the eyes of the great lion and I say, I see you. I see me. I see. And with my hands I deliver this crystal to the Sphinx as my legacy, my cosmic legacy, to bring heaven on earth. Amadu atartumti, keidu urnus atarti. Nedisto amu basikir. Egeweris soremos. Duan atri tundi. Yeri. tu urnus aderti. Take a deep breath. As you breathe deep, start to bring this consciousness throughout all your body by stretching, caressing, and yawning. And each one at its own time, come back here and now, opening your eyes. Thank you everybody for being there. And as always, I see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye. Thank you, rest, and see you tomorrow. Bye. Adios.
Bye. 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 Matias.